Well, shredders, shroupers, and spliffed out buff guys that only do manuals, you might know who I'm talking about in that last one. He's kind of sick, though. We're back talking about the same era, 2000 to 2010. These are tricks that could have been enders, and no, I'm not that serious when I say any of these. I just love picking apart these videos. I love editing them. I love remembering my youth, and above all, I love skateboarding. Some of the holy grail enders we're not going to touch. Janoski's switch flip crooks in Inhabitants, so good. We have Reynolds frontside flip in This Is Skateboarding in SF, which was just absolutely amazing. Bobby Worrest Éspecial switchback tail to gold rail, so sick. And of course, MJ, a style god and a tech god at the same time. Rarely do you see that mix. We're starting with Nike using all that corporate money for good for once. Nothing But the Truth, 2007. A lot of skits, but a lot of gnarly skating in this video. P-Rod's switch front heel down that giant Antoine set with the rail missing. Yeah, probably should have been the ender, but I really like how he does this big heel flip, not switch. I don't think you see that trick that much, that legitimately. Sticking in the same video, we have Louie Marnell, a flip trick god we lost too early. Switch front heel down in Australia. This switch varial heel is amazing. Chima went back and switched trade over the rail the hard way, but I really love that Louie. And this switch backside flip, he goes so much further than the last stair. He catches it so perfect. Didn't even look switch. Forecast. I remember when this video came out, my homie told me that some kid is more stylish than P-Rod. I didn't believe him, and then I saw this part. Look at this switch heel. Yeah, totally could be an ender, but I think the only trick ever performed more perfectly than that is coming right up with this switch flip. Antoine and the fake rapper in awe. It's unfortunate that Mike Mo got in that accident and ended his career early because he really was something special. This switch flip, check this out. Somehow better than that switch heel. Only thing I can hold a candle up to it is maybe Jerry Sue and Bag of Suck or Welcome to Krooked, Brad Cromer. But even those, I think they can't even hold a candle up to it in the darkest of rooms. Look at the flick, the catch, the slap of the back foot, goes so far down the stairs and then lands as if he was rolling off a curb. It was perfect. So stay gold, Leo's 50-50 up the handrail, earth-shattering when it happened. The skateboarder cover, when it came out, my jaw hit the floor. I couldn't believe it. It looked fake. But Westgate also went up a rail in stay gold, a taller rail, arguably. But Leo really puts a clinic on this gap to down rail here. This gap to front feeble looks like he's going a million miles an hour, even in slow-mo. That was so sick. Prevent this tragedy. I'm a huge Andrew Allen fan. I love this part. He ollies in to thread the needle here. You can see the Ave influence in his style, but he also has these tranny abilities. He fit perfect on Anti-Hero. The switch ollie is what starts his part. It's iconic. He hits the kink in the ground, gets rocked off, and eats shit. That was amazing. But I also like his use of this spot, backside flipping into it. And then there's just something about the switch crook in the high socks that's just beautiful. That was perfect. A little Ave in there. Bag of Suck, Louie Barletta, perfect mix of fun and gnarly and tech. This spot is ridiculous in person. I think you may have to go there to truly appreciate it. Gets ejected to the flat. Great ender. But I thought there was a few other tricks in here that are pretty gnarly. Who else have you seen do that one? Nobody. Board slide to switch 5-0 on a hubba, ridiculous. And then the way he locks this hurricane. I don't know if the spot got torn out because he did that hurricane through the kink, but that spot no longer exists and it probably shouldn't. He shut it down right there. Subject to change, Ali Boulala. One of my favorites, one of the best switch ollies of all time. It doesn't look switch. Look at that. His back foot kind of tweaks out to the side. So perfect. But I do like his take on this London spot, how he wallies off the shark fin in the crazy rocker clothing. It shows so Boulala. Looks like he had fun doing it. I really like that guy. A Time to Shine, Dylan Rieder absolutely destroys this video. He fucks shit up in this. He's an ATV legend. Switch backside big flip down a bigger set of stairs, especially for the time period. But I wanted to showcase how good he was in this video. So this cruisy line in Barcelona, wally up, nose manual, flick out. You can see how loose his trucks are. And then he really comes with a heater here when he manuals and impossibles out. That was so sick. He also had the tranny skills. Rest in peace, Dylan. Gap 5-0 at Ripon. Manual pump, and then one of the biggest crail grabs I've ever seen in my life. He'll end it with a little bit of a frontside ollie over this hip. So sick. Free Your Mind. Another great video. Only 3 parts in this. Drehobel's part is what I'm going to highlight. This drop-in Oakland is ridiculous. I can understand why it ended the video, but I do like seeing Dan skate street. I think this Smith grind and how he pops out of it and bounces off the fence to the hill bomb, the Gerwer spot, that was sick. And then this 540. Wow, that was amazing. Suffer the Joy, Nick Trapasso, one of the greatest parts in history. No one's arguing that. This blizzard flip ended it. I just don't think it really showcased his sleepy style as much as some of these other tricks. Whereas this backside big flip down this big double set is so perfect and sleepy. He just woke up, I guess. And then this line is amazing. Switch heel over the bench. One of the best switch tray flips ever. I think there's just THC exuding out of his body right now. It probably still smells like weed at this spot. He was so high on this one. He's still asleep. He's wearing pajama pants, basically, little Wally. It's just so cruisy. The sleepiness on this tray flip, the song, it's just such a good part. I don't know why he fell off so hard. He couldn't spell the word extension. Big spin front blunt, fakie. Let's look at that switch tray flip again. Wow, that was good. And the sleepy tray flip, perfect. Both bolted. Chichagof, Busenitz. He ends his part with this front board gap to street, and that was sick. He did it in a line. But I really like the way he skates Pier 7 here. So switch flip Manny up, switch flip nose Manny off. Just iconic. That was great. Cash Money Vagrant, Peter Hewitt. I have no problem with this line being his ender other than the filming sucks, but it fits with Anti-Hero's whole thing. Big blast on the Cardiel wall, 5-0 into the wall, and then look at how he power slides into this disaster. Ridiculous. I do like this line, though. He's skating a pool like it's a small little skate park quarter pipe. And the 5-0 fakie death there in the yellow shirt. Wow, Pete. Sticking with this video, a guy I don't really like off the board, but who's a ripper, Tony Trujillo. His ender is whatever is happening here. But his nose blunt on the parking blocks at Burnside, ridiculous. And then the rarely seen Tony T flip trick down a double set. That was sick. Firm Can't Stop, Rodrigo TX, great part in this, maybe the best part in the video. Switch flip to I'll call it a Suski. That was ridiculous, but I also like this nollie cab from flat over a table, and I really like this Macba line. Nose grind, back 180 out the hard way, switch tray flip. He's the perfect mix of tech and power, kind of an Abe Force with more tech. Fakie 5-0 through the keyhole to end it, and this nollie flip crooks through the keyhole, just so sick. Wow. Skate Mafia Am video. Wes Kramer was coming up hot in the streets on this one. He ends his part with this switch frontside 360 into the Shuriken Shannon spot or the Ryan Smith back lip spot. I don't care what you call it, but that was ridiculous. Great ender. But I also like this gap to nose grind. He's going so fast even in slow-mo. That was gnarly against the wall. And this video game-like switch frontside flip so on command, just stomps it with authority right there. He knew he was going to land it before he even popped. He's probably on his 10th spliff, and it's not even noon yet in that footage. Baker has a death wish. I'm going to attempt to pick apart Antoine Dixon. One of the greatest styles in history. No one should copy him because they can never do it as well as him. That nollie heel is just fucked. I don't know how many stairs that is, but it's a lot. Other people have skated it and skated the rail. Antoine makes it look easy. My only complaint is his arms there aren't his typical lowness. I think this switch heel flip down this lengthy double set really personifies the style that Antoine has that no one can copy. Glad he's back on the board, FTP, whatever he's doing. It's good to see him out there again. Crooked Chronicles, another guy we lost to early, Van Wastel, skating to Cheech and Chong, big back 5-0 at the Oakland Courthouse. This is before that spot was trendy. Backside 5-0, varial heel out at 3 up, 3 down, and then a rarely seen backside blunt slide shove it in Duffel Land. That was so ridiculous. Diagonal, we're going to talk about Chewy Cannon. I love this guy. This is an undeniable ender, nollie cab, back, switchback nose blunt. I mean, ridiculous tech skills, but I like his style. Check out this switch feeble, the way his back foot hangs off. And then whatever he's doing here, slappy lip slide to switch nose grind. That was really sick. The Reason, another classic. Kyro Foster's part. He opens it up with this blunt slide line. He goes on to nose grind the rail. Time before nose grinds on rails were big. Shane Cross still hadn't nose grinded El Toro yet. We've got the film footage just for a little artsiness. And I really like that line, but I think I like his tricks at Pier 7 better than nollie flick. And then the nollie heel over is just ridiculous. Probably only topped by Marcus McBride's switch tray flip. Ridiculous. Man Down, my favorite video of all time. This is Caswell skating to Weezer. Big back lip to pull out his part. In the slow-mo version, you can see him mean-mugging the camera. Maybe that's why Matt Evs chose it as the ender. It's also gnarly. But I really like this front blunt he did on this long out ledge, just with command. And then also him skating the Jerry gap, kickflip over it. What a good kickflip. Let's see that again. It slaps his back foot, lengthy gap. Jerry's switch ollie was sick, but so was that kickflip, and that was first. And we'll end this with Dylan's part in the Gravis video. Everyone started rolling up their pants and hitting big rails after they saw this video. Everyone copied him and copied his arm steez. That 50-50 is what brings it out. But he's an ATV. He really took hard to the streets in this one. This backsmith is so dipped. I had to put in the other angle using the credits here just so you could see it again. Ridiculously good, the arm stees. And then whatever he's pulling here in this Arizona ditch. Impossible tail grab, just ridiculous. I don't know who else could make that look good. The quintessential arms there, beautiful. And then we're going to end this whole video out with this fakie flip. He goes about 4 feet off the ground, hits bolts, stomps it, rolls away with authority. We're going to see that again. One of the best fakie flips ever, if not the best. Definitely the highest one I've ever seen off flat ground. But anyway, that's it for this episode. I'm working on some other videos. One of them's the top artists and bands used in skate videos. A lot of classic rock. You know, your Slayer, your Black Sabbath, but Gangstar also made the list, so there's a little hip hop in there for you too. Just a lot of shit to compile. I've got a whole list I'm going through. Skate video site kind of, I don't want to say drop the ball, but they don't have everything covered. So I'm doing that. And then another video I'm making is do's and don'ts of traveling to Barcelona. I know I've done some don'ts when I've traveled there, the mecca of skateboarding. My brother and my friend and I got in a cab to go to a strip club once. We ended up in some crazy Russian brothel where they basically stole our debit cards. Weird scene. And then another time I was there solo. Thought I'd party with Scandinavian chicks. They were doing Special K all night. It was really weird. I wasn't too into that, but I'll show you some things not to do there because I definitely learned the hard way. And some things, some secrets and some spots to hit and some great bars that are skate forward. Anyway, have a good night. That's it.
Oh, no!